checking the forecast. Things looking crazy, a storm on the horizon. The pressure is low, gotta get moving and put on a show. The news is all buzzing, state of alert, but we've got a plan, we're ready to work. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. See a little fire or a rising flood, we're a well-oiled machine, we're running in the mud. From the city hall meetings to the rescue teams, turning worst case scenarios into hopeful dreams. We're training the people, stocking the gear, we're the team you can count on when trouble is near. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the faith. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. It's more than a job, it's a calling, you see. Prepared for the present and what's yet to be. Every second counts, we're ready to react for our communities. We're making an impact. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots, we're making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. Yeah, we're picking you up, we're ready to go. EMA, let's get this show on the road.
Shall we get this show on the road, guys? I think we ought to get this show on the road. What do you guys think? This is Ron Tyler with the Emergency Management Associates, and we are on the air. We are on the air with the Emergency Management Associates. We're coming to you from the Area Command, 392 miles west of Kitty Hawk Beach, North Carolina. Welcome, everybody, to our show today. Guys, this is unreal. It doesn't stop. This kind of garbage doesn't stop. As I said before, it's ongoing. It's ongoing, guys. I'm going to play a piece for you right now. I want you to hear this.
We have a second video that's coming out. It's 10 times worse. A search showed that Minnesota recognizes 1,020 NEMT companies. Almost 900 of them are Somali-owned. So in the second video, Nick Shirley and I went to 16 of them. I've actually been to about 70 of them. They don't exist. They're in an apartment building. One of them's a liquor store. Another one's a wire transfer. Another one is a grocery store. There are no vehicles. The average NEMT company in the United States has 20 vehicles, and each vehicle generates about $70,000 a year. So you run those numbers, 800 companies, 20 vehicles, $70,000 a year, and it's an enormous sum of money that's going out. But you got to drop like Batman on Minnesota DHS because they're the ones who are writing the checks. They're the ones allowing the fraud to happen. They got to get out of their office and go out and look at these facilities and say, this is an apartment building. You can't have a transportation company in an apartment building. And the vast majority of these companies exist on paper only. They're not real. They have no assets, no office, and no vehicles. Many of you are familiar with the video that Nick Shirley and I made. We have a second video that's coming out is 10 times worse. A search showed that
10 times worse, guys.
1,020
It's insane.
NEMT companies.
Totally insane. Okay? Again, Nick Shirley has another video coming out that's 10 times worse. And not just that. Not just that. Let me try to locate this next video for you. Let you see what the mayor of Minneapolis wants to see. It's incredible. They don't want you to see what we're going to show you. The mayor of Minneapolis is a dirtbag. A nitty-gritty dirtbag.
Know what happened in Minnesota?
Let me show you this just a second.
You want some good? Your action.
I mean, I don't think it needs to be explained why it's problematic to have random people showing up to daycares. Yeah, I mean, I think the fear in the Somali community is real. The fear in immigrant communities are real, so we're taking that very seriously.
Along those lines, have you asked anyone to follow up on the fraud claims either to the Department of Immigrant and Refugee Affairs or SPD?
No.
So there's, as far as you're concerned right now, there's no reason to suggest there's any sort of fraud.
This whole issue is not really about fraud, right? It's about dividing and conquering. It's about making an immigrant community a target, right? There's no reason to assume based on the identity of a daycare operator that their small business is doing anything wrong.
That's Seattle mayor. That's the Seattle mayor, guys. They don't think they're doing anything wrong. Really? They don't think they're doing anything wrong. Tons of fraud all over the United States, not just in Minnesota, all over the country. And they don't think they're doing anything wrong. This is disgusting. Completely disgusting.
The single.
I find it appalling to even understand what's going on here. Completely disgusting.
Explained why it's
Actually arresting officer. You want some good news? I got some great news. It's coming out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. You ever hear of that place? Well, there's a whole Islamic group in Tulsa who bought property years ago in Broken Arrow, and it is 15 acres. They wanted to build a 42,000 square foot facility with a mosque and a civic center and clinics and everything you don't want in your backyard. All right? Unless, of course, you live in Dearborn, Michigan. So, the plans for this project were presented to the city council. The city council gave them over to the planning board. Everybody took a look at it and said, absolutely, start digging. Well, the people in Oklahoma, Broken Arrow, said, oh, not in my backyard. You think I'm going to be listening to calls to prayer 5 times a day, and I'm going to be driving down the road and seeing Ahmad and Muhammad doing prayer rugs in the middle? I got to roll around them? No freaking chance. We're going to see Broken Arrow go Islamic. We are not going to be the next chapter in the Islamic takeover of the United States of America. So they pushed back. The Attorney General of the state launched an investigation into where's the money coming from for all of this. So it was a concerted effort to stop this from happening. And it was going to be a tough one because, like I said, they had already given the approval for the plans to move forward. Well, let's go to last night. So many people were showing up for the city council meeting that was called about this that they had to actually move where the meeting would be held to a university, so this way they could accommodate the thousands of people who were going to show up to speak their minds. This thing went on for 4 hours. Resident after resident after resident got up and said their piece. You're not having this in my backyard. There's so many different concerns. Terrorism. Just, it isn't right. So finally the mayor says, okay, enough is enough. 4 hours, we got it. We got another 5-6 hours of people lined up to go. We got it. Let's do a vote on this. So they vote on it, and they come away with a 4-1 to nope, you ain't building it. We're rejecting it. Now, they used environmental reasons like we're concerned about the drainage and that we're not sure this is the right usage for this, and the parking's going to be an issue. Everything that the planning board apparently said was going to be okay at further review just didn't make sense. Now, you can mark my word, although the victory came and it's going to stop the Islamification of Oklahoma will stop, but it will probably be temporary because you know that CARE and all these other Islamic groups are going to take this to court. They're going to say that this is a rejection of their freedom of religion, First Amendment rights, la-di-da-di-da-di. But the point is that we can stop this. We could make it harder for these people to take over America by fighting back.
Fighting back, guys. That's exactly what we have to do. We have to fight back. It doesn't stop. This does not stop at all. It's not stopping. Now, I'm going to try to find this video from Neil Johnson I want to play for you. It's incredible what's going on in Minneapolis. Totally incredible. Doesn't stop. Okay? The mayor of Minneapolis is ongoing. Ongoing, guys. Why do you think it's not going to stop? Just because we say it is? It's not. Not at all. Now, let me see if I can find this video I want to show you here because it's very important. Just see here. Oh gosh, where to go? Do it another way here. I'm gonna find this one way or the other here.
How to check if someone's fine.
Okay, this is just 5 hours ago. I found the video for you.
On you.
Hold on a
Actually,
second.
it's pretty simple. If you notice any of these signs, it's good day, folks.
Let me set this up for you.
Next episode, but check this video out. Peace out.
I was born and raised in Minneapolis, and Minneapolis has not felt like Minneapolis since 2019. Since 2020, Minneapolis has been going down and fast. When I was younger, the place everyone wanted to move to was Uptown. It was the place where everyone who was young with money wanted to go. They had nice restaurants, they had nice shops, they had a nice walkable area, and it was close to Lake Calhoun. Well, Lake Makasaka, or however you say that shit. Fast forward to today, it's actually considered a sketchy area. My mom moved away in 2013. And when I told her about how I was trying to avoid all the drug addicts in Uptown, she looked at me crazy like, Uptown? I'm like, yeah, Mom, they got tweakers over there now. And to be honest, it's literally the whole city. So Minneapolis has been seen as like not the best area, but now it's so much worse than when I grew up. I thought it was bad for when I grew up. Now there's fucking abandoned buildings everywhere. People driving crazy, driving on the other side of the street, running red lights. It's like GTA in that motherfucker. And South Minneapolis had a certain charm that's just not there anymore. And you can point towards protests, you can point towards the George Floyd incident, but to be honest, I think the main reason it went down is just because it's just a lot more poverty everywhere.
If you saw the news, but Fox News is claiming President Trump is declining in the polls. And President Trump responds.
Guys, it just is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. What has been going on in our country is out of line, out of control. Should never have happened. The mainstream media is advancing the dialogue. They're not letting it go.
7 years right
Not
now.
at all.
Well, an ice detainer.
I'm trying to line up. I'm trying to pull up a video here.
Obviously depends on the situation. Again, the goal that they're trying to get to.
Uses of your time today. So give Chapter a call at 832-761-2660.
The bottom line is we are working on every strategy that is available to protect our residents, and where illegality is taking place, where people are being mistreated and hurt, our officers are going to be there to help the best they can to keep people safe. Now, what that action looks like,
There's the mayor of Minneapolis.
depends on the situation. Again, the goal that they're trying to get to is they got to keep people safe. You know, anybody can get arrested. Well, people are dealing with it. Yeah. I mean, we don't use the word invasion lightly. What we are seeing is thousands, plural, thousands of federal agents coming into our city. And yeah, they're having a tremendous impact on day-to-day life. And it's a negative one.
Did y'all like how I overlaid Jacob Fry there, talking about keeping everybody safe and all the actions he's going to take? I wonder if that's one of them. If I dance down here for Somali dollars, they'll keep everybody safe, folks.
Mayor Jacob Fry is one of the biggest frauds, and standing next to him now at this CNN presser is another one, and that's Keith Ellison, who took money from Somali fraudsters for his campaign. These people are...
Okay, if you remember Keith Ellison, he used to be a United States Senator from Minnesota. He was thrown out of the Senate because of fraud. Now he's in charge of money for the state of Minnesota. You can't make this stuff up. He is a CFO of Minnesota. He's also the Minnesota State Attorney General. Making mistakes, big mistakes that are going to land he and the governor and the mayor in jail. Literally. No joke.
Telling. They say they're going to keep people safe, but then they use words like invasion, prompting people to go out and throw their bodies in front of vehicles, or throw their vehicles at federal agents and then end up getting shot. These people lie without any sense of guilt over it. It absolutely blows my mind.
And whether that's kids that are trying to get to school or businesses that are trying to open, that's police officers that are responding to 911 calls. It's just about being able to conduct daily life right here in our city. And look, this is not about fraud. When you have a fraudster, you investigate, you charge, you prosecute, you hold the person accountable, and then they get put in jail as an individual. They get put in jail as an individual. You do not hold an entire community or an entire city accountable for the actions of the fraudsters. That's not a novel concept. That's just the way this works in American society, and we should be abiding by that.
Good, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Does anybody out there actually believe that the mayor, the attorney general, the governor of the state of Minnesota did not know this fraud was going on? Now they...
Okay. Does anybody out there realize that these people in charge didn't know the fraud was going on? They perpetuated it. They perpetuated it. They have to balance their budgets. that to balance their budgets. But if they have to balance their budget, where did the budget go? They knew what money was coming in and what money was going out. They let it happen. There was no accounting at all. Still ongoing today. Now, we've all seen the of hitting him. Yet the mainstream media is still saying it didn't happen. They're still saying Renee Good didn't hit him. Didn't do a darn thing. It's plain and simple. You can't just say it didn't happen. There's all kinds of evidence to say it did. We're not going to let it go. We're not going to let it go. Now, in saying that, I'm going to stay on top of this story. I promise you that. I'm not going to let it go at all. Not at all. I'll be back here to talk about it later tonight, tomorrow, or whenever it happens. I will give you the lowdown on what's happening. Right now, I want to talk about earthquakes. Okay? We've had a few earthquakes we need to talk about and discuss. Why? Because it's important. Number two, lives depend on it. Lives depend on it. Let's start down here in New Zealand. Right down here in New Zealand. This is a 5.0 earthquake over here in southwestern New Zealand. On land. This is 15 miles or approximately 33 kilometers northwest of Castle Point, New Zealand. Castle Point, New Zealand. Let's zoom in here. I want to show you where this earthquake occurred right here. Okay? Yes, this is a kind of hilly region, off and on. There's also farmland down here. There's farmland there. Castle Point, New Zealand is down here. They say this is a 4.9 5.0 earthquake. Let's zoom in on Castle Point, New Zealand. First off, I want to show you what's here. There's a good-sized town here. It's not a large city. It's a good-sized town. North of that town, right up here, there's more people. Right up here. Watasaki, New Zealand. Small town there. Mostly farming community. There's communities just like this. Just exactly like this. They said this is a 4.9 5.0 earthquake, meaning a small, large earthquake. Seemingly small, large earthquake. 5.0 on the lowest side, 5.9 on the high side. Well, guess what? I've got some more information for you guys. It's not like that. It's not like that. Let me show you what I have for you. It's going to blow your mind. Oh, darn it. Come on. Don't do this to me. I want to show you this, guys. This no joke. This is the backside seismologist study page for the United States Geological Survey. Notice what they're calling it. They're calling it a 4.9 earthquake. They downgraded this earthquake. Let's look at amplitude or magnitude here. 7.35 earthquake. 7.35 earthquake, guys. That's right off the top. Over on the left side, it shows a channel of the seismograph. The next one is a 6.5 magnitude earthquake. 7.35 is a major earthquake. 6.56 is a very strong earthquake. Then they happen to show us 1.08 tremor, 2.05 minor earthquake, 1.08 tremor, 4.37 moderate earthquake, 3.8 small earthquake, 2.1 minor earthquake, 5.32 large earthquake, 3.94 small earthquake, 7.93 major quake. 7.93 major quake. 1.36 tremor, 9.1. 9.1 major quake. 1.9, 1.65. There were 4 seismographs recording this earthquake. 4 seismographs recording this earthquake. Guess what? The average of all of these earthquakes was a 6.2 earthquake. It was not a 4.9, it wasn't a 5.0, it was at least a 6.2 earthquake. At least a 6.2 earthquake, guys. They tried to pass it off as just a 4.9. This was a very strong earthquake. Okay? There's no telling what they're going to tell us. They don't want us to know exactly what's going on. That earthquake was at least a 6.2 earthquake. And I just showed you one seismograph was recording it as a 9.1 major quake. 9.1 major quake, guys. Incredible. Incredible. Now, why is this so important? Let me back off here a little bit. Let's reduce the size of this map. Over here on the west coast of the North Island of New Zealand, they're telling us that within the next 25 years that they are expecting an 8.0 magnitude super earthquake, an 8.0 Cascadia size earthquake. This area is a subduction zone. You can see the earthquake fault right here, just off the coast. This is a major subduction area. The Indo-Australian plate is right here. The Pacific plate is subducting under the eastern side of the Indo-Australian plate right here. What we may have seen today, 10:31 Eastern Time here in the United States, what we may have seen today is a major earthquake. Now, I don't have any reports of damage here. Okay? This earthquake hit in the middle of the night on Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. I'm sure by this time tomorrow evening or earlier tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow morning, we may have reports of damage here in New Zealand, because this was a major quake, whether the USGS wants to admit it or not. I showed you the numbers. I showed you the numbers here, guys, and the numbers are appalling. They downgrade this quake to the nearest possible 0.9, 4.9. I just showed you it is probably a 6.2 earthquake. 6.2 earthquake. 1.5 magnitude less than it was. We've talked about the USGS denying what the earthquakes are. We've talked about them downgrading quakes before. This is astounding. This is astounding. There are earthquakes all over New Zealand. I've shown you them before. Let me bring it up on this other device here. I'll show you again. Look at this. Look at the earthquakes here on the North Island. Okay. Here on the EMSC, they're calling this a 4.6 earthquake. The European agency is calling it a 4.6 earthquake. I just got through showing you it was at least a 6.2 earthquake. Okay. Over here to the west, just northwest of this quake, a 2.5 minor earthquake there. You would think if this was any kind of earthquake, as they're showing here, even on the European map, a 4.5, 4.6, you'd think they would be showing aftershocks, and they're not. Not showing any aftershocks at all. North of the quake up here near Hawke's Bay, we have a 2.24. Insane. They just got through having a 6.2 earthquake. Yet the agencies are not showing anything at all. Nothing. Now they do have, as I pointed out before, they do have a major volcano here. A super volcano right here. Topol Lake or Topol Volcano. A super volcano. Just to the north of that volcano, we're having earthquakes. This is a 2.23. Just to the southwest is a 2.28. Just to the northwest here, we have a 2.48. 3 minor earthquakes on the north side of the supervolcano. Okay? This is very concerning. North of Auckland, New Zealand here, we have a 3.0 small earthquake here. 3.0 small quake there. Insane, guys. North there on the Fiji Fault, this is a 3.66 small earthquake. 3.66 small earthquake here. Let's go to Fiji. This is a 4.6 earthquake here. 4.6 small earthquake there. Okay. Look at this. They're not even showing it on the USGS map. Not a thing. Not a thing. Let's go up here. Okay. This is a 4.6 here near Levuka, Fiji. 352 miles deep. 352 miles deep. 650 kilometers deep. This is a 4.6 moderate quake. A deep quake. This quake is going to be responsible for birthing or propagating a much larger, shallower quake. This earthquake is going to propagate a 5.7 earthquake. This earthquake is going to propagate a 5.7 earthquake within the next 3 to 10 days. Crazy, isn't it? Certainly is. Let's go west here. Ulri, Vanuatu. This is a shallow 4.2 earthquake. This is a shallow 4.2 earthquake. Let's go further west here. This is also 4.5 earthquake near Finschhaven, Papua New Guinea. 63 miles north of Finschhaven, Papua New Guinea. Okay. For the most part, this was not on any island that was inhabited. This hit near the shoreline of an unoccupied island here in Papua New Guinea. Okay, they got lucky. The ocean waters here absorbed the shockwaves of this quake. We're not out of the woods yet here. Let's go further north to the west. Also Papua New Guinea. A 4.8 earthquake here, also a shallow quake, 6.2 miles, 10 kilometers deep here, offshore. Again, the ocean waters here absorbed the shockers of this quake. South of Papua, Indonesia, we have another 4.7 earthquake here, 6.2 miles, 10 kilometers deep. Fascinating. Look here in Indonesia. They're not showing hardly anything going on here in Indonesia. That's a lie. That is a complete lie. Let's go down here into Australia. Southeastern Australia here. Kiewa, Kiewa, Australia. We have a 2.8 earthquake here. 2.8 minor earthquake. USGS is not even showing this earthquake here. Nothing. Not a thing. Kiewa, Papua New Guinea. Okay. Let's go over to the southwest here. Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie. Kalgoorlie, Western Australia. 2.75 earthquake here. 2.75 minor earthquake. USGS not showing it. They're hardly showing anything here. Look what they're not showing here in Australia. Look what they're showing you, actually Indonesia, I'm sorry, Indonesia. Not showing you squat. Not showing you squat. The problem here is there are plenty of earthquakes. Plenty of earthquakes. Southwestern Sumatra. Southwestern Sumatra here. Okay. USGS is showing one earthquake here. Well, that's great. They're showing us a 4.6 earthquake here. Okay. But what are they not showing us? North of there, 3.0, small quake. North of there, we have a 2.7. I'm not going to show you all the quakes, but I want to point out something that you need to know about. This is also a 4.5 earthquake here. 4.5 moderate earthquake there. What else are they not showing us? Here's a 4.5. They're not showing the other two earthquakes here. They're also not showing the other 5 earthquakes north of there. Not a thing. 3.1 small quake there. Right next to it, a 2.7 earthquake. Just north of there, this is a 3.0 small quake. Northwest of there, Aveyah, Indonesia, just off the coast. This is another 4.0. They're showing the other 4-pointers. Why are they not showing this one? 4.0 earthquake there. North there on the northeastern side. This is a 2.6. They're not showing all the earthquakes. Not at all. How about down here in Java? They're not showing anything going on here in Java. 25 earthquakes down here in Java, Indonesia. What's up with that? There's Java, Indonesia here on your screen. They're not showing one earthquake, but there's 25 earthquakes here. 25 earthquakes. Yes, this is a 2.5 here. To the west, a 3.0. Another 2.5 there. I'm just picking earthquakes here. Morganton, near Jakarta, another 2.5 earthquake there. Minor earthquakes. Minor earthquakes. But it doesn't stop. Just north of Java, here's a 3.2 small quake there. Earthquakes all over here. Literally all over. 2.5. 3.6. Here's another 2.5 here. East of Java. 2.9, 2.7 in the Florida Sea. 2.5. 2.6. 2.7. 2.9. Tenggara, Indonesia, 3.6. Here's another 3.0. Earthquakes all over Indonesia. Northern Indonesia as well. Over here in the Philippines. Philippines. Let me show you this. What are they not showing us here? Number one, let's go down here into northern New Zealand, or northern Indonesia here. This is a 5.2 large quake, 35 kilometers deep. Very shallow quake. This is a 4.6 aftershock. Why are they not showing the other aftershocks here? There are plenty of them. Here's a 3.6 aftershock there. Right next to it is a 4.2 aftershock. Why are they not showing that? North of there. This is another 4.6 here. Why are they not showing that? Here's another 3.5 near Tulud, Indonesia. Northwest of there, a 3.9, 4.0. Northwest of there, just south of the Philippines, Mindanao, Philippines. That's a 3.7. Not showing any of these earthquakes, are they? Not at all. Just south Mindanao. This is a 4.5 earthquake here. 4.5 earthquake there. What's going on here? Here's a 4.9 here. 4.9 here. Okay, that's a 4.9. Let's go over here to the eastern side of Mindanao, Philippines. This is a 4.4, but they're not showing any earthquakes north of there. This is a 3.1. Just to the northeast is a 3.1 also. Look where they're at. These are on the Philippine earthquake fault line. They're not showing any of these earthquakes. How about the earthquake over here near the peninsula of Mindanao, Philippines, right here? My map froze. Right here. That's a 3.1 earthquake. 3.1 earthquake, they're not showing that either. Not a thing. What's the matter with that picture? What's the matter with that picture right here? Not showing any earthquakes, are they? Northeast of Mindanao, Philippines. Right up here. 47 miles east of General Luna, Mindanao, Philippines. We have a 3.9, 4.0 earthquake here. Why are they not showing any of these earthquakes, guys? These are important earthquakes. So far, I've shown you probably a half dozen moderate 4.0 large earthquakes that they're not showing us here. They're not showing us any tremors. They're not showing us any minor earthquakes. They're not showing us any small earthquakes. They're just barely showing us any moderate earthquakes. Guys, what's the problem here? What's the problem? The United States Geological Survey is not showing us anything. The preeminent seismic seismic agency of the world, not showing earthquakes. Central Philippines. La Carlota, Philippines. This is a 3.6 earthquake here. They're not showing this either. Not a thing. Not a thing. Let's go over to the islands just north of Taiwan. These islands belong to Japan. This is a 4.1 earthquake here. But they're not showing any earthquakes north there. What's the problem here? Satsuchi, Kagoshima, Japan. 2.8 minor earthquake. 2.8 minor earthquake here. North of there. This is a 2.7 minor earthquake here. South of Kyoto, Japan. What's the problem here, guys? What's the problem here? Over here in central Japan, Wakayama, Japan, a 2.4 earthquake here. On the western side, Yasugi, Shimane, Japan, a 2.8 earthquake here. We're not done. We're not done. Right here. This is Shinoshiro Achi, Japan, a 3.5 earthquake there. I'm not done. Right up here. Guys, this is important. A year and a half ago, we had a 6.9, 7.0 earthquake that hit this peninsula of Japan. We had all kinds of earthquakes here. 300 people died, 350 people were injured over here. This is a 3.5 earthquake there. 3.5 earthquake there. On the eastern side of the peninsula, we have a 3.1. Why are they not showing these earthquakes? Not one earthquake here. I think we deserve some answers here. I think we deserve some answers here, guys. They're also not showing an earthquake over here on the island of Hokkaido, Japan. Why are they not showing an earthquake here? Guys, this is a 3.0 earthquake here. 3.0 earthquake there. Then we go over here to the Kuril Islands here. The Kuril Islands here. We have a swarm of earthquakes here. Interesting. Very interesting. The USGS is showing this earthquake here. A 6.2 earthquake. 6.2 earthquake. East of this earthquake, they're showing this to be a 4.90 earthquake. The European agency is showing this to be a 5.03. 5.03 earthquake. Off to the west of this earthquake, USGS is showing this to be a 4.9. The Europeans are also showing a 4.9 earthquake here. North of that earthquake, guess what? We have another 4.9 earthquake here. USGS is showing that 4.9 earthquake, but there's another one. There's another large earthquake here. This is a 5.06 large earthquake. 5.06 large earthquake. They're not showing this earthquake here. What is this not showing large earthquakes for? Why are they not showing large earthquakes? Okay, this is pretty bad. Again, the largest seismic agency in the world, the preeminent earthquake agency that's supposed to be in charge and showing the way, leading people all over the world. They're missing large earthquakes. Missing large earthquakes. They're also missing a earthquake over here. This is a 5.2 earthquake here. A 5.2 earthquake. But like I said, they're missing an earthquake. This is a 4.2 earthquake here. They're not showing seismic activity. They're missing the boat. They're missing the boat. Now, I want to go over here into Alaska. We have another earthquake just occurred. This is a 3.3 earthquake here. 30 miles south of Aveyah Bay, Alaska. Aveyah Bay, Alaska. Fascinating. We go north. 2.8 earthquake here, 57 miles southeast of Aveyah, Alaska. East of Kodiak Island. East of Kodiak Island here. 3.0 earthquake here. Fascinating. Almost insane. Right here near a volcano. The volcano, guys, at the volcano itself, we have a swarm of earthquakes. This is Old Ililama volcano. 1.1 tremor. 3.1 miles deep. 1.3 tremor. 3.1 miles deep. 1.0 tremor. 3.1 miles deep. 0.9 microquake. 3.1 miles deep. 1.2 tremor. 3.1 miles deep. And last but not least, this is a 1.2 tremor here. All these earthquakes are 3.1 miles deep, originating in the same place in the volcano. The same place in the volcano, Old Ililama volcano. Crazy. Crazy. Between Old Ililama volcano and Kodiak Island, we have a 2.1 minor earthquake here. North of Kodiak, we have a 2.2 earthquake here. Then we come up to the north here, in the Cook Inlet, 2.0 earthquake here. 2.3 earthquake here. Over here, guess what? We have another volcano. Minus 0.8 microquake. Minus 0.8 microquake. 1/10 of a mile deep. 1/10 of a mile deep here. As we've said before, all the volcanoes in the world are recharging. All the volcanoes here are recharging as well. Let's don't forget where we're at. Alaska is a land of volcanoes. Down south of Mount Redoubt is a 2.5 minor earthquake near near Pedro Bay. 27 miles east of Pedro Bay, believe that or not. Up here at the volcano, minus 0.8 microquake. But this earthquake is not minus numbers, it's not above sea level. This is 2 miles deep inside Mount Redoubt volcano. On the north side of the volcano right here, 1.8 tremor here. Another brand new earthquake here at the north side of the volcano, 1.0. Fascinating. Fascinating. Guys, it's blowing up. Okay? Earthquakes are continuing to happen in this region. Over here, south of Anchorage, 1.7 tremor here. Go further north. Over here, 2.6 earthquake over here in Nikiski, Alaska. Over here, minus 0.9 near Nilichik, Alaska. 2.3 miles deep. Minus 0.9, this is also 3.3 miles deep. It's not above sea level at all. Again, they are lying to us about where these earthquakes are and how deep they are. Again, they don't want to tell us what's happening. They don't want us to know what's going on. Let's go over here to the east. Ted Lake, Alaska, 2.0 minor earthquake. 2.4 just north of there. North of the 2.4, we have a 2.5. Over here on the other side of the glacier here, this near Valdez, 22 miles northwest of Valdez, Alaska, 2.0 earthquake. Up here north there, Glacier View, Alaska, 2.1 earthquake, minor earthquake. Up here northwest, 1.8 tremor here. 2.1 earthquake here near Susitna, Alaska here. Going north here, northwest, another 2.0 earthquake near Chase, Alaska. This is a 1.6 tremor. Let's go over here to the mountain, Denali, Alaska, Mount McKinley. At McKinley, at Mount McKinley, we have a 2.6 earthquake. 2.6 earthquake. On the north side of Denali here to the northwest, 1.7 tremor here. 79 miles deep. North of the Denali National Park here is a 2.0 earthquake here. But look where this earthquake is. USGS is saying this is east of Denali National Park. This is northwest of Denali National Park, not east. Again, the agency is not keeping track where these earthquakes are, or they are falsifying the data. Either way, they're wrong. They are absolutely wrong. Go north. We have a small swarm of earthquakes here. Esther, Alaska, 1.3 tremor here. East of there, 1.5. 0.9 microquake here near Van Horn, Alaska. We go north, 1.2 tremor. We go west, this is a 0.9 microquake, 1.2 miles deep. This is 1.2 near Minto, Alaska, 1.2 tremor. Up here is a 1.2 tremor here. 12 miles east northeast of Minto, Alaska. We go up here further north, right there. This is the 1.7 near Stevens Village, Alaska. This is 9.3 miles deep. 9.3 miles deep. This gray area here you see on the Alaskan map. This is the Arctic Circle. We have no earthquakes north of the Arctic Circle today. None. None. We come over here to southeastern Alaska here. Just a while back, we had a major earthquake here. We are still seeing aftershocks here. This is a 1.5 tremor here, 57 miles north of Yakutak, Alaska. This is a 2.6 minor earthquake. This is a 3.0 earthquake here. This is a 3.0 earthquake here. This is a 2.0 minor earthquake here. This is a 2.6 earthquake here. These are aftershocks of the 7.0 earthquake. These earthquakes south of there, southwest of there. This is also 2.0. This earthquake is at 2.0. This is a 2.2 minor earthquake. And over here in the inlet here, this is a 2.0 earthquake here. These are all aftershocks of the 7.2 earthquake that hit here just about a month ago. These are all aftershocks of this earthquake. Because this was a major earthquake, we are going to see aftershocks here for probably 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years. Every time we have a major earthquake, we see aftershocks for weeks, months, and even years. This is going to continue. It's going to continue for a very long time. Let's go down here to the south. Go down here, Washington State. Down here in Canada. Canada, guys. This is Langford, Canada. USGS is calling this an explosion. Really? Explosion? I did some research. This is not an explosion at all. There was no explosion here at all. This is a 1.6 tremor here. USGS decides when and if they're going to call an explosion or a tremor. This is not an explosion. This is a tremor. A tremor here. How many times do I have to research this? How many times do I have to show these earthquakes when they're not explosions but earthquakes? They do it all the time. The USGS does it all the time. Let's go down here in Washington. We know there are earthquakes at Mount Rainier. They're not showing any. There are microquakes, there are tremors, there are minor earthquakes and small earthquakes hitting Mount Rainier today. I'll show you earthquakes here in the Pacific Northwest at the volcanoes and over around Washington and Oregon tomorrow evening. Today, we're seeing a 1.4 tremor here near Mossy Rock, Washington. Fascinating, but no cigar. Fascinating, but no cigar. Mount St. Helens. They're not showing any earthquakes here either. Again, we're having microquakes, we're having tremors, we're having minor earthquakes, and we're having small earthquakes here at Mount St. Helens as well. They're just deciding not to show anything. They've also not decided not to show anything else here in Washington and or Oregon. Not showing earthquakes anywhere is a fallacy. It's a lie. It's an out-and-out lie. Over 2 weeks ago, the USGS told me that they will show earthquakes wherever they can find them. Guess what? How many earthquakes have I shown you that they haven't found, supposedly? I know if I start digging right now, I can show you a lot of earthquakes here in Washington and Oregon and also Canada. They're not showing them. Let's go over here into Northern California. Good old Northern California. Right here. Willits, California. Willits, California. We just got through having this earthquake. This is a 3.7 earthquake here. Brand new earthquake. 7 miles east-southeast of Willits, California. To the north, this is a 1.7 tremor. A brand new earthquake is a 1.4 here. 6 miles east-southeast of Willits. This is a 1.5. This is a 4.4 moderate earthquake. 6 miles east-southeast of Willits, California. Okay, moderate earthquakes here. We are continuing to see earthquakes here in Northern California. They're going to happen. They're going to happen. Again, this is a 3.7 here. 7 miles east-southeast of Willits. These happen today, guys. This just happened just right after we came on the air. Literally right after we came on the air. Let's go south here. This is the geysers. Remember me telling you about the geysers? These earthquakes here come off of the Pacific Plate, coming over here to the Sonoma, California hills, wine country. Men have drilled into the upper magma chambers of the Clear Lake volcano. The Clear Lake volcano. As a result, we have man-made earthquake faults here. Man-made holes in the ground. The seismic energy comes off of the Pacific Plate, comes over here to these man-made earthquake faults, fractures the rock in the faults, and causes earth movement, called earthquakes. Earthquakes. We typically see anywhere from 20 to 50 earthquakes here every day. Every day. Every day, guys. We usually just see microquakes and tremors. Occasionally, we will see minor earthquakes 2.0, 2.9. We've had 3.0, 3.9. We've even had upwards of 4.5, 4.6 earthquakes here in the Sonoma Valley, Sonoma Hills here. Wine country. Wine country. When the men have drilled into the upper magma chambers of the volcano to obtain steam, you see roadways here, all throughout the mountains here. Alongside these roadways are PVC pipe. the PVC pipe run over to facilities where they filter the steam and feed it to turbines. They feed it to turbines to generate electricity here in the geysers facility, all throughout this area. They have 81 different turbines in and around the geysers area. 81 turbines here. My map just froze. It keeps freezing here. 81 turbines such as this right here. This is a 9-turbine facility here. 81 turbines all throughout the geysers facility. They feed the steam to the turbines to turn the turbines to generate electricity. This is the 1.3 tremor. This red one I just turned blue is a 0.8 microquake. This red one over to the west here is a 0.5 microquake. Just south of it is a 2.2 minor earthquake in the geysers facility. As I said, we get microquakes, we get 1.0, 1.9 tremors, 2.0, 2.9 microquakes, 3.0, 3.9 small earthquakes, and upwards of 4.5, 4.6 moderate earthquakes here in the geysers facility every day. Every day. That's why you see a whole cache of earthquakes here. Every day, without fail. To the south, Calistoga, California, we have a 1.4 tremor. Southeast of there, Angwin, California, 2.0 earthquake. Right here we have a 1.5. Now guys, just 3 years ago, 3 short years ago right here, we had two large earthquakes here in this lake, in the southern part of the lake. Two large earthquakes, a 5.1 and a 5.3 here. We had dozens of aftershocks. Dozens of aftershocks. I fully expect that to happen again. I fully expect that to happen again. It's a matter of time. Literally. Down here north of San Francisco Bay, northwest of San Francisco Bay, Inverness, California, 1.5 tremor here. This one is right on top of the earthquake fault here. This is a 1.5 earthquake on the earthquake fault here, Inverness, California. You see San Francisco Bay here. Notice that they're not showing many earthquakes here at all today. Fascinating, but no cigar. Over here on the southwestern side of the bay, new earthquake. This is over in Pacifica, California. This is a 2.2 earthquake here. 2.2 earthquake here. On the east side of San Francisco Bay. Right between the Hayward and the Calaveras Fault. Between Hayward and the Calaveras Fault. This is the 1.6 tremor here near Dublin, California. Dublin, California. Southeast of here on the Calaveras Fault. 1.1 tremor here near Livermore, California. This is 1.57 miles southeast of Livermore. Down here on the Hayward, right here in the Hayward. This is a 1.4 tremor here near Morgan Hill, California. Morgan Hill, California. Southeast of Monterey. This is a 1.2 tremor here near San Bautista, California. San Juan Bautista, California. 1.2 tremor, what's it on? The San Andreas Fault. Southwest of there. My map froze again. This is a 1.8 tremor here. This near Prunedale, California. Just west of the San Andreas Fault here. Let's back this out. We go south. New Ydra, California, 1.0 tremor on the San Andreas. 1.7 Fairfield, California. Earthquake capital of California and earthquake capital of the world. Fairfield, California, we have 1.7 tremor here. This is 2 miles deep. Over here along the coastline, this is a 2.7 near San Simeon, California. South there, right here, Atascadero, California, another 2.0 earthquake. Interesting. We're just north of Los Angeles now. Heidi Patrick just gave us a $5 super chat. Thank you for that, Heidi. I'm giving you an EMA sticker on your super chat. I'm also giving you a thumbs up for that. Thank you so much for the super chat. We need those. We need these to keep our program active here on YouTube. Thank you so much. Let's go back to the map. Okay. We're getting over here near Los Angeles now. Okay. Just northwest of Grapevine. Maricopa, California, 1.7 tremor. We go up the Garlock Fault. 1.1 tremor here, Tehachapi, California. Just north of Tehachapi here, Arbor, California, 1.1 tremor. Northeast of Arbor, Boatfish, California. How many people know that Boatfish, California is actually a volcano? Boatfish, California resides in a volcanic field. That's why we have earthquakes here, because it's a volcano here. It's a volcanic field. Northeast of there, or southeast of there, we have earthquakes here. We've been having a lot of earthquakes here near Johannesburg, California for a very long time. The Mojave Desert here. This is the 3.1 earthquake here. Just west of it is a 1.0 tremor. South of it, another 1.7 tremor. Right here next to it is a 0.9 1.0 tremor here. Johannesburg, California, Mojave Desert. Let's go up here further to the north. Searles Valley, north of Ridgecrest. This is a 1.0 tremor here, 1.1 tremor here. This is a 0.9 1.0 tremor here near Stovepipe Wells. Stovepipe Wells. Also part of a volcanic field here. Stovepipe Wells is part of a volcanic field called Koza Volcano. Koza Volcanic Field goes up here to the north. Earthquakes here. That's why. That's why. Let's go down here towards Santa Barbara. Down here south of Santa Barbara is Studio City in Los Angeles. Studio City, 1.6 tremor here. Here in Baldwin Hills, interesting, Baldwin Hills, California, 1.7 tremor. Very interesting. What do we know about the Baldwin Hills? What do we know about the Baldwin Hills here? The Baldwin Hills here is an oil and gas producer. Oil and gas here. What happened here? What happened here? They bulldozed the mountain down. This used to be a huge mountain with forest, big forest on it. They bulldozed it down. Now they have oil and gas pumps all over this mountain here, called the Baldwin Hills. Just 2 miles south of Baldwin Hills, we have a 1.7 tremor here. 1.7 tremor right there. Okay. Look at LA. They're not showing any earthquakes at all. I'm about to show you data here showing you earthquakes all over the LA area. I'm going to show you earthquakes all over Los Angeles, like they're going out of style. The United States Geological Survey does not want to see anything here. Not a thing. Not nothing. Out here to the southeast, Moreno Valley, 1.8 tremor. New earthquake right here, Nuevo, California. This is actually over in Orange County. Nuevo, California. It's a desert area here. This is a 1.3 tremor here. Northeast, Beaumont, California. These earthquakes are on the San Jacinto Fault. It's not until we get out here further to the southeast here that we see earthquakes here in Cabazon, California. 1.2 tremor here. I'm going to show you all kinds of seismic activity here. Cabazon, California just doesn't have 1.2 tremor here. We have ongoing long-term tremor activity here in Cabazon. Long-term tremor activity here in Cabazon. They would have us believe nothing's going on. Let me tell you this, that's a fallacy. That's a fallacy, guys. There is all kinds of seismic activity going on here. They may not want you to see it, but it's happening. Why don't they want you to see it? It's simple. It's very simple. They want to portray it as if nothing's going on. It's quiet. Quiet. I'm here to tell you that's not the case. It's not the case at all. This area is booming with earthquakes, literally everywhere. Everywhere, guys. I kid you not. I kid you not. Okay. Let's show you some earthquakes here. I think we're going to blow your mind. I think we're going to actually blow your mind here. Okay, let me shut down the USGS map here. Let's go show you some earthquakes in Southern California. Channel Island, guys. Channel Island just off the coast of LA. What do we have here? Earthquakes all over the place. We have tremors. We have minor earthquakes here. Minor earthquakes. The top line here is 5 a.m. 5 a.m. this morning on the left-hand side. Over here to the right, about 5:07 a.m. this morning, 2.5, 2.6 earthquake. Within 2 minutes after that, we have a tremor. After that, another 1.7 tremor. After that, on the red line, this is 5:03, 5:04 a.m. this morning. Actually, I'm sorry, 5:18, 5:19 this morning. 2.5, 2.6 earthquake again. Minor earthquakes. Minor earthquakes. Yes, you see tremors all over the seismogram. Tons and tons of tremors. Down here after 10 a.m. on the black line. 10 a.m. on the black line. 10:03, 2.0 earthquake. At 12 noon, just after 12 noon, we have another 2.0 earthquake. Fascinating. This is offshore, Channel Island. Let's take a look at Bakersfield. Cal State Bakersfield, the university. With this, here we have tremors all day long. All morning long until this afternoon. The bottom green line here is 12:30 Pacific time. Nothing but tremors here in Bakersfield, California. Look at Cabazon. We just got through talking about Cabazon. With this, long-term tremor activity. It wasn't just one 1.7 tremor or 1.2 tremor. These are ongoing tremors, long-term tremor activity. Yes, they do have some minor tremors, 1 and 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 10 tremors here, more than that. But we have a lot of long-term tremors here in Cabazon. These are in the foothills of the eastern mountains of Los Angeles, San Bernardino Mountains, Cabazon, California. This is considered part of the Anza Gap. The Anza Gap north of the Anza Borrego Desert State Park in San Diego County. The Anza Gap, guys. Ongoing. Every day. This is not just once a day, this is every day. Every day just like this. Okay? Let's go further south to Ranch Mirage, California. More tremors here. But up on the top line here. 5:10 this morning. 2.6 earthquake here. 5:10 this morning, a 2.6 earthquake. After that, we saw a lot of tremors here. Ranch Mirage, California, the San Andreas Fault. Ongoing. Victorville, California, which sits on the San Andreas Fault. My dear friend and our friend here, lives here in Victorville, California. We have tremors here. Lots and lots of tremors here. But there is one earthquake. Actually, two earthquakes. One is after 7 a.m. this morning on the center line here, the center of the seismogram. Okay? Approximately 7:09 this morning. 2.6 earthquake. 2.6 earthquake. After 11:09, 11:10 this morning, we had our 10:09. I'm sorry, it was after 11:09 this morning. Another 2.6, 2.7 earthquake. Yes, we see a lot of tremors, but we also seen some minor earthquakes as well. Victorville, California, Isaiah's granny. My dear friend Isaiah's granny lives here in Victorville. On the San Andreas Fault again. Now, let's go over to Los Angeles now. I want to take us over to Chino, northeast of Los Angeles. Chino, California, we've seen a lot of tremors. We've also seen a lot of minor earthquakes. Today, we're not seeing any minor earthquakes at all. These are all tremors here in Chino, California. Okay? Chino, California. Let's go north of Los Angeles to a town called Del Amo, California, a suburb of Los Angeles. Look at this. In the past year in Del Amo, we've seen a lot of minor earthquakes. Today, I think for the most part, this is all tremor activity. I think this is all tremor activity from the get-go from 5 a.m. this afternoon until this afternoon. 5 a.m. this morning until later this afternoon. All of these are tremors, back-to-back tremors all day long. All day long, guys. Doesn't stop. Side to side, top to bottom, tremors here. All the time. It doesn't stop. Let's go to Fontana. Eastern side of Los Angeles. Look what we're having here, guys. Look what we're having here. It's no joke. No joke at all. Yes, we see a lot of tremors here. We're all seeing minor earthquakes. And yes, we're going to see some 3.0, 3.2 tremors here as well. Fontana, California. Let's look down here after 3 p.m. Pacific time. On the black line here on the bottom left. This is a 3.0 earthquake here. Fontana, California. This typical. Here in Fontana, we are also seeing a bunch of tremors and minor earthquakes and 2.5, 2.6 minor earthquakes all day long. All day long. Our first 2.6, 2.7 happened here after about 5:12 a.m. this morning on the top line right. They're happening. We've seen these earthquakes all day long. We've seen them every day, every month of the year. They're ongoing. They're not stopping. Let's go to the southwestern side of Los Angeles to Laguna Bell, Laguna Niguel. Here in Laguna, we have tremors. Tremors. Yes, in the past, we've seen some minor 2.0 earthquakes here, but now we're just seeing tremors here in Laguna, California. Southern coastline of Los Angeles. Let's keep moving here. I want to go over to Long Beach. Look at Long Beach, guys. Long Beach is busy. This seismograph is called Light Hype. Lighthtype, Light Hype. Long Beach, California. These are minor earthquakes and tremors. Minor earthquakes and tremors. There are 2.1, 2.5 earthquakes, and mostly 2.0, but we see a lot of tremors here as well. Top to bottom, side to side on the side graph. All day long here in Long Beach. This happens every day. This is not hit and miss. This happens here every day. We've even seen 3.0 earthquakes here in Long Beach before. We've seen 3.0 earthquakes here in Long Beach. Not surprising, we're going to see more of them. A lot more of them. Okay. Let's go downtown Los Angeles. Right here. Look at this, guys. These are tremors. Down here early this morning. 7:30 this morning, we're seeing 1.0, 1.2, 1.5, 1.7 tremors. Look like the seismic activity is going to pick up here in downtown Los Angeles. This seismograph is located in the basement of the city county building in Los Angeles, that great big huge tall building in downtown LA. It's where the Emergency Operations Center sits, in the basement of the building. That's where we're seeing this from. Okay. Let's keep going here. Let's take a look at Mount Wilson. Mount Wilson, we have a telescope. We also have TV and radio station towers. We also have a huge cinder block building with a seismograph in it. Here we are seeing all kinds of tremors here at Mount Wilson. This actually, I believe, is the most tremor. 4.6 moderate earthquake in Vanuatu 15 minutes ago. Again, here at Mount Wilson, these are probably the most minor earthquakes we've seen and tremors here in Mount Wilson in the time that we've been doing this program, nearly 6.5 years. Actually, it's over 6.5 years. This is the most seismic activity we've seen here at Mount Wilson ever. These are all tremors here. These are all tremors here. Let's go north of Los Angeles again to Pardee, California. Look at this. In the past year at Pardee, we've seen minor earthquakes. We've seen 3.0 earthquakes as well. Up at the top on the black line, nearly 5:04, 5:05 this morning, 2.0 earthquake. At 1:36 a.m. this morning, 5:36 a.m. this morning, 2.0, 2.2 earthquake. Look what happens after a.m., 4 and 4:30. Down here on the 5:30 line on the blue line. Look at all these tremors and minor earthquakes. Tremors and minor 2.0 earthquakes here. Also at 5:45 on the green line. More tremors and minor earthquakes. After 6 a.m. this morning, all kinds of minor earthquakes on the 6 o'clock black line here. Look at all the others here. Literally all day long, all morning long. Then we jump down here to 11 a.m. on the left-hand side black line. Going over here to the right. At about 1:13 or 11:13 this morning. 11:13 this morning. 2.7, 2.8 earthquake. It wasn't just one earthquake. It was not just one earthquake. Look how long it lasted. This earthquake lasted about 15, 20 seconds. Long duration minor earthquake. 15, 20 second minor earthquake. The shaking continued after that. Then, 12 noon on the black line left-hand side. Another 2.0 earthquake. We drop down to 1300 on the black bottom line at the bottom. We go over here to 1303, 1:03 p.m. 2.5, 2.6 earthquake here. Pardee, California. Good old Pardee, California. We've seen a lot of minor earthquakes here before. We're going to see more of them. We've seen some 3.0, 3.5 earthquakes. We're going to see more of them here at Pardee very soon. No joke, guys. No joke. Now, let's go over here to La Playa del Rio and Playa del Rey, California. The northwestern shoreline of Los Angeles. They have all kinds of boats. They have yachts, they have sailboats and such all over the marinas here. Here again, we have nothing but tremors here. Tremors. Long duration 1.0, 1.1 tremors here. Yes, we've seen minor earthquakes here. We've seen 3.0 earthquakes here as well. Playa del Rey, Marina del Rey here on the northwestern coast of Los Angeles. Good old times here. Good old times. Let's go back to north of Los Angeles to Rinaldi. Here in Rinaldi, we are seeing minor tremors. Nothing but tremors here. 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, maybe 1.4, 1.5 tremors at the most. All day long. Yes, we've seen minor earthquakes here before as well. Let's go to Rio Hondo. Here, Rio Hondo, we're seeing nothing but tremors here. Up until about this past Wednesday last week. Wednesday last week, we were showing tremors here. We were also showing magma down beneath the surface. This seismograph was recorded magma headed towards the volcanoes east of Los Angeles. Yes, there are volcanoes east of Los Angeles. This seismogram was showing us the magma beneath the surface. Today, we're not seeing that magma for whatever reason. Okay? Let's continue this. Let's go over to State Street, Anaheim, California. In this particular case, we have a 3.0 earthquake that hit here early this morning. I'm going to say 1.2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4:08 this morning. 4:08 this morning, we had a 3.0 earthquake here in Anaheim, California. This was before Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm opened up. Every day they have to look at the roller coasters, make sure that the cars are going to stay on the track. If this 3.0 had hit while they were open, they would have had to shut down the roller coasters and evacuate the passengers that were on the roller coaster. This happened just after 4:08 a.m. this morning. Okay? All you see the rest of the day here are tremors. Tremors. No more minor earthquakes and no small earthquakes at all. The small earthquake hit here at 4:08 this morning. Anaheim, California. Okay? Now, let's go over east of Los Angeles. Walnut La Puente. Here we have the volcano. The cities of Walnut and the city of La Puente sits on top of the volcano. Sits in the caldera of the volcano. Now, I'm going to reduce the size of this diagram. Just a minute. The caldera is the hardened lava. The hardened lava of the volcano from the last time it erupted. What's on top of it? At this point, nothing but hills. Hills all around this area. Those hills are all that is left of the rim of the volcano. That's all. The city of Walnut and the city of La Puente sit on the caldera, the great big huge volcanic rock that's just above the volcano. There's magma down beneath the caldera. The magma continues to go up through the magma chamber and it's hitting that big huge volcanic rock. Hitting it, causing earthquakes, just like this. Hitting it. Look what's happening here, guys. Look what's happening. Earthquakes all day long here. Earthquakes all day long. Now you see these earthquakes here? The top and the bottom of these earthquake sequences have been cut off. Why? Because the agency does not want us to see the full strength of these earthquakes. These earthquakes are at least 3.5 to 4.0 earthquakes. 3.5 to 4.0 earthquakes. That's why they cut them off. That's why they cut them off. Did I show you any 3.0, 4.5 earthquakes over in Los Angeles area on the USGS map? No. Heavens no. They don't want anybody to know what's going on. In order for you to find out the information, you have to go searching for it. You have to search for it. Because the agencies are not going to tell you. This happens to be a sideground coming from Caltech, California Technical Institute. We have 3.0s, we have 3.5s, and 4.0 earthquakes happening here every day, all day long. See that earthquake in blue here? This blue earthquake is after 8:30 this morning. We see tremors, we see minor earthquakes, and the top and the bottom of that earthquake sequence being cut off. The one above it on the red line has also been cut off and blinded by the blue line beneath it. The green line after that. The green line after that we're looking at approximately 9:51 a.m. this morning. 9:51 a.m. to about 9:56. We had tremors to start off, and then it builds up to at least a 3.5 earthquake. At least a 3.5 earthquake here. Below that, 11 a.m. on the black line. Approximately 11:03 a.m. 3.3 earthquake, 3.5 earthquake. The top and the bottom of this sequence was cut off again. The earthquake itself lasted 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5 minutes. How would you like to feel this earthquake beneath your feet? It would be shaking you. This earthquake would be shaking you. It wouldn't just move your furniture across the floor. You would hear and see your furniture bouncing up and down on the floor. You would hear your books and knickknacks fall off the shelves. You would probably see your pictures fall off the walls. You hear your glassware, your plates and dishes in the cupboards rattle, possibly even fall out of the cupboards if you don't have child-proof latches on them. That's what you'd feel here today. Walnut La Puente, guys. There's a volcano down here. Okay? Now, I don't have any data how strong this earthquake is, other than we are seeing 3.0, 3.5, possibly even as strong as 4.0 earthquakes here. Okay? They're saying this volcano is not going to erupt. They're saying it's not going to erupt, but it could. It could. It's already having 3.5, 4.0 earthquakes here. You can see here on the side map. These are real. These are real. Yes, it's been altered by the agency so we don't see the total magnitude. But we can tell by the magnitude that's here on the side map what's going on here. These are stronger earthquakes. Strong earthquakes. Now, let's keep going here. All right. I want to go over to Watts, California, eastern Los Angeles. Here in eastern Los Angeles, we're seeing minor earthquakes here. We're seeing a lot of tremors as well. Yes, it's not major at all. It's not major at all, but we're still seeing these minor earthquakes as well. We've seen small 3.0 earthquakes rolling in here to Watts before. I've been in Watts. It's not a great place to be. I told a story here a few months ago that I was caught here in Watts at dusk. I went into a 7-Eleven store asking for directions. The man behind the counter told me that I did not belong here in Watts. Told me to leave immediately. He wouldn't even give me directions. I had to find my way out of Watts. Incredible. Incredible. Now, I want to take you south. I want to take you into Orange County. The first I want to take you is Orange County, Ivy Glen, California. Look here. Ivy Glen, California is north of Elsinore. North of Elsinore in Orange County. Here in Ivy Glen, we're seeing 3.0 earthquakes here. But look at these lines between the earthquakes. Look at these lines between the earthquakes. Guess what? We are seeing magma here. Those are signs of magma down beneath the surface. Just west of Ivy Glen, we have a range of mountains here. The mountain range here is between the coastline and Lake Elsinore. There are hot tub facilities here. Hot tub facilities. The hot tubs are natural hot tubs. They are cordoned off by chain link fences, so they only will rent to 1 or 2 maybe at a time, or a group of people. Once they're in the fenced-in area, they can't leave unless they just leave permanently. They pay a flat fee to be in here. Why? Because down beneath those natural hot tubs, there's magma heating the water. There is magma heating the water here. That's what we're seeing here. We're seeing minor earthquakes, 2.2, 2.4, 2.5 earthquakes. We're also seeing here all kinds of tremors here at Ivy Glen, California, just north of Lake Elsinore. Let's go to Elsinore, California here. Lake Elsinore is south of Ivy Glen. Here in Lake Elsinore, it's completely different. Lake Elsinore is probably 6 or 7 miles south of Ivy Glen. This is completely different. Here at Lake Elsinore, all we're seeing here are tremors. Nothing but just tiny microquakes and tremors here at Lake Elsinore. There's something else here. Let's go over to Hemet. The San Jacinto College campus at Hemet, right here. This is on the San Jacinto Fault. Here on the San Jacinto Fault, we only see tremors here. We have had small minor earthquakes here, 2.0, 2.5 earthquakes here at Hamlet, California, San Jacinto campus. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, let's go to San Diego County. I want to go southeast San Diego County. This is Campo, California, 7 miles north of the U.S.-Mexican border. What are we seeing here? We are seeing microquakes. We are seeing tremors. We are also seeing minor earthquakes, 2.0 earthquakes. Nothing more than 2.0 earthquakes here. The first 2.0 earthquake I see here is after 5. I'm sorry, let's see. Yes, after 5:30 this morning. About 5:10 this morning. 2.0 earthquake. I believe all the rest of these are tremors and microquakes. Tremors and microquakes here, guys. Campo, California, southeast of San Diego County. Actually, it's in southeast San Diego County, southeast of San Diego City. Okay, any questions about Southern California? Let's go take a look at Imperial Valley, just east of San Diego County. Imperial Valley, southeast of San Diego County. We have earthquakes. We have tremors all over the place, literally everywhere. Let's take a look at this. You might be blown away about this. Those of you that have not seen it before, you might be blown away by this. Let's go over to the town called El Centro that most people have been through or know about. El Centro, California. One of our own EMA family members lives here in El Centro, Juanito. Juanito and his family last year, not last year, but the year before last, sent us Christmas presents for us and our dogs. Juanito has said that he and his family feel these earthquakes every day. Every day. Look what's happening here. We see tremors here. We see some minor earthquakes, and we're seeing some 3.0, 3.3 earthquakes here. 26 3.0, 3.6 earthquakes here today. All day long here. All day long. When you see some of these earthquakes linked by lines linking other 3.0, 3.6 earthquakes, what does that mean? That means the things that is causing these earthquakes is magma beneath the surface. Magma down beneath the surface is causing these quakes. Magma coming from San Diego County, coming from off the ocean of San Diego County, beneath San Diego County and coming over here into the Imperial County. Magma coming from El Centro going over to the I can't even think straight. The Sultan Butte volcano. The Sultan Butte volcano just over here in the Imperial Valley, in the southern part of the Salton Sea. The Sultan Butte volcano. The magma here is partially causing these 3.0 earthquakes here. Imperial City is next. Let's take a look at the Imperial town of Imperial here. Come on. It froze here for just a second, guys. Okay, I got it. Let's go down and see the town of Imperial. The town of Imperial is northeast of El Centro. Just northeast of El Centro by maybe 6 or 8 miles. Here in the town of Imperial, we are seeing tremors, long-term tremors. We're seeing 2.0 earthquakes. And over here after 6 a.m. this morning, 6 a.m. this morning on the black line here, we have a 2.7, 2.8 earthquake here. Before that earthquake, we had tremors. Then we see a 2.6, 2.7 earthquake, and we see minor earthquakes and more tremors after that. 2.6, 2.7 earthquake there. Lots of tremors here in the town of Imperial. We've seen a lot of tremors here. We've seen a lot of minor earthquakes. And we've even seen ourselves dozens and dozens of 3.0 earthquakes here in the town of Imperial all the time. Now, they used to have a seismograph sitting in a town called Westmoreland, just north of Imperial. They turned that seismograph off last year. They turned it off last year. There was also a seismograph over on the southeast side of the Salton Sea. Southeast side of the Salton Sea. Guess what, guys? They turned that one off in December. The first part of December, they turned off Calpatria. The one before that was Westmoreland on the southwest side of the Salton Sea. For kicks and giggles, let's bring up the USGS map of the Salton Sea. I want to show you where this was located so you understand what we're talking about here. Okay, guys, this is the Salton Sea here. Where you see that red earthquake there, that is North Shore Salton Sea. They say this is a 1.0 tremor here on the San Andreas Fault. The San Andreas Fault comes out of Northern California, runs all the way through California, goes through the east side of Los Angeles, Orange County area, goes down here into the county of Imperial. When it enters Imperial County just north of North Shore, when it enters the county of Imperial, they term it the Imperial Fault. It's still the San Andreas Fault nonetheless. The San Andreas Fault runs over here to Bombay Beach. Good old Bombay Beach. In just a minute, I'm going to show you all kinds of earthquakes happening here in Bombay Beach. These earthquakes happen literally all day long here in Bombay Beach. Let's go south. Bombay Beach is where the San Andreas Fault goes underneath the Salton Sea. Goes underneath the Salton Sea and comes out at the bottom of the Salton Sea down here near Calpatria. At which time, the San Andreas Fault takes a southwesterly turn. Goes all the way down here to Westmoreland. All the way down here to Westmoreland. At which time, the San Andreas Fault takes a southeasterly turn. Takes a southeasterly turn and goes down here through the Imperial Valley. Goes down here through the Imperial Valley. See Brawley here? Goes right through Brawley here. It continues its southern trek through the Imperial Valley, and it goes over here just west of a town called Holtville. There is a seismograph located at the Salton Sea Desert Research Station here in Holtville, a museum of sorts. That seismograph is providing us dictates of what's happening here in the town of Holtville. Then the San Andreas Fault continues its southeast trek, all the way down through past U.S.-Mexican border. It goes down here into northern Mexico. It goes west of Cerro Prieto volcano. Cerro Prieto volcano is right here. If you haven't heard of the Cerro Prieto volcano, this is where there is a great big huge phoenix carved in the caldera into the volcano, the caldera of the volcano right here. There's a phoenix here. There's a phoenix here. That's not a very good picture of it. You can just barely make out the phoenix here. Let me get in here on my device. I'll show you a better picture of it. Okay. Now I'm going to take down this map real quick here. I want to show you what I'm talking about here. This is the phoenix that you see in this picture here. Someone took a lot of time and carved in a picture of this phoenix. It's at the Cerro Prieto volcano here. Now, what's going on at the Cerro Prieto volcano? Can anybody tell me what's going on here? Just like it's happening at Imperial, over Calipatria, at the Salton Sea. Over the Salton Sea, just south of the Salton Sea, we have actually 8 or 9 great big huge facilities, geothermal facilities. Geothermal facilities, guys. 8 or 9 of them. Guess what? What's going on there? Can anybody tell me what's going on? At these facilities, they have drilled into the upper magma chambers of the Cerro Prieto volcano to get hot steam coming from the volcano to power turbines in this area. They're just doing just like they do at the Salton Sea and what they're doing at the geysers and also what they're doing at the coastal volcano. Huge boilers here, huge turbines are spinning here from the steam that's provided from the volcano. They're generating electricity for southern Mexico, northern Mexico here. Generating electricity for northern Mexico right here. Turbines are all over this area here. Literally all over this area. Now, they're not going to let me get close enough to show you the turbines. I know that for a fact. Let me see if I can get close enough with my other device here. Yes, I can. Let me show you what's going on. Just like we have at the geysers, just like we have at the Salton Sea, like we have at Coastal Volcano. We have turbines spinning here to generate electricity for northern Mexico. They're pulling steam from the Cerro Prieto volcano. Pulling steam from the Cerro Prieto volcano here in northern Mexico. But what the USGS is not showing us here. They're not showing us earthquakes here. There's an earthquake here. Right here. Here's a 1.81 tremor here. Here's a 1.81 tremor here, just south of Cerro Prieto at the guy at the turbines facility here. Incredible. Incredible. Again, the United States Geological Survey is not showing us earthquakes, but the European agency is. Here's another earthquake just south there. This is a 3.4 earthquake here. 3.4 earthquake. Now, the San Andreas Fault comes out of California, goes all the way through northern Mexico here. San Andreas Fault. Then it goes down here into the Gulf of California. We have another earthquake here. This is a 3.6 earthquake here. 3.6 earthquake. Continues all the way through the Gulf of California and goes further south. Let me pull back the USGS map here. They're not showing any earthquakes at all. None. How about Cabo San Lucas? How about earthquakes at Cabo San Lucas? 10 plus earthquakes here. 10 plus earthquakes here. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 earthquakes here. 14 earthquakes here at Cabo San Lucas. USGS shows us none. 1.4 tremor, 1.3 tremor, 1.6, 1.5, 2.0, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 1.8, 1.4, 2.0 right there. Earthquakes all over Cabo San Lucas. USGS says nothing. Nothing. There's something wrong with this, guys. There's something wrong with this. When our own agency won't show us what's going on, there's a reason. Because they don't want us to see what's happening. Let's go down here in southern Mexico. All kinds of earthquakes happening here in southern Mexico. All kinds of earthquakes happening here in southern Mexico. About 42 earthquakes here in southern Mexico. 42 earthquakes here in southern Mexico. And guess what? Southeast of Mexico City. Oh, doggone it. Southeast of Mexico City, we have Popocatépetl volcano. Little Popo. Popo is visible from Mexico City. Popocatépetl blew its roof today. It's been inactive for a very long time. Just a month ago it was active. For a month now it's been inactive, and today it blew its top. Today at Popocatépetl it had an eruption up to 16,000 feet high. 16,000 foot eruption. Rocks falling down the side of the volcano. Molten lava. Molten lava flowing down the side of the volcano. Unreal. Unreal, guys. Do you think we should be concerned? I believe so. When we have an earthquake of that magnitude, 5 points of earthquake every time a volcano erupts, and tremors and minor earthquakes after that, yeah, we should be very concerned. But it's not the only earthquake, and it's not the only volcano. Over in Guatemala, Fuego volcano also blew a stack up to 12,000 feet high. Fuego volcano over here in Guatemala blew a stack. They have another volcano over here, I forgot what it's called, but it is steaming. It's blown a stack before as well. Volcanoes all over this area. Going over here in Colombia, southern Colombia right here. Southern Colombia right here, we have another volcano. It's not blowing a stack, but it's threatening to. It's blown a stack before as well. Over in Ecuador, good old Ecuador, we have Reventador and Sangay volcanoes, sister volcanoes. Both those volcanoes are active and are erupting. Sangay and Reventador volcano. Down in Peru, southern Peru, Sabancaya volcano down here has been erupting up to 7,000 foot eruption here at Sabancaya volcano. Chile. Chile has its own volcanoes. Right now, they're inactive. The Chilean volcanoes are inactive. They're not doing anything right now, but they could. This earthquake here in southern Peru, near Julie, southern Peru, it's near Sabancaya. This is a 4.2 earthquake here. So there in northern Chile here, they're showing one earthquake here. That's a fallacy. There are 18 northern Chile. This is a 5.3 earthquake here near Olegue, Chile. 5.3 large earthquake. Over here in central Chile, they're not showing any earthquakes here. There are 14 earthquakes here in central Chile as well. 2.5, 2.7, 2.8, 3.0, 3.5, and 3.7 earthquakes here in central Chile and Argentina. Earthquakes that they're not showing us. Off the coast of Chile out here, way out here. Guess what? Eastern Island. Eastern Island region, here we have a 5.6 very large earthquake. 5.6 very large earthquake out here in the Eastern Island region. More than that. More than that. Let's go over to here in Hawaii. What's going on here in Hawaii? Guess what? All kinds of seismic activity here. All kinds of seismic activity here. South of Nalhu. Okay? Nalhu. Undersea volcano here. Undersea volcano, we have a 1.7 tremor here. 1.7 tremor. Up here to the north, off of Pahala, Hawaii, we have undersea volcanoes here as well. This is a 1.8 tremor here. This is a 2.2 earthquake here. Closer to shore. This is a 1.7 tremor. We have some new earthquakes here. New earthquakes here in red. This is a 1.8. This is a 1.9 2.0, and this is a 1.7. Okay. Again, we have offshore underwater volcanoes here. Offshore underwater volcanoes here. Let's go over here to the shoreline. South of Pahala, we have 1.8 tremor here. 5 miles southeast of Pahala. Pahala is a town right here. This is the town of Pahala. One of our dear friends, Laura, that you see here in the chat all the time. She's a grandson that just graduated from Pahala High last year. Guys, here around Pahala, the area here around Pahala is called the gas station of the islands. Why? Because the gas station is providing magma to all the volcanoes of the big island. Okay? Down in the far South Pacific, let's go down here. Down in the far South Pacific, way down here, there is a magma plume down that goes into the center of the earth. The magma plume here provides all the magma to all the volcanoes around the world. The magma plume down here in the South Pacific provides all the magma to all the volcanoes around the world. The magma plume comes up here to Hawaii. Comes up here to Hawaii. Comes over here to Pahala. The magma plume disperses lava over here to Pahala. Pahala here has underground magma chambers. Underground magma chambers that supply magma to all the volcanoes. What's going on here at Mauna Loa? Mauna Loa, guys. Mauna Loa volcano is moving. It's moving. Here is a 1.5 tremor here at Mauna Loa. This is a 1.8 tremor here also at Mauna Loa. West of Mauna Loa out here, this is a 3.0 earthquake here. 3.0 earthquake. Then north of Mauna Loa, what do we have? We have Mauna Kea to the north. We have Mauna Kea to the north, and we have an earthquake here just south of Mauna Kea. This is the 1.8 tremor here. This is 24 miles southeast of Waikoloa, Hawaii, just south of Mauna Kea. 1.8 tremor here. Yes, the magma leaves Mauna Loa and goes to Mauna Kea. Okay? What else is going on? Kilauea is erupting. On Sunday, Kilauea erupted again. January 11th started the 40th eruption at Kilauea, Hawaii crater, on the north and the south side of the volcano. North and the south side of the volcano have erupted. They're spewing lava high into the air here. 1,300 feet up in the air here. Okay? The caldera, the lava floor. The lava floor is not what it's showing here in this picture. This is an old picture of the caldera here at Hawaii crater. The lava here is within 100 feet of the summit rim of the volcano. It's within about 100 feet of the summit rim of the volcano. People are over here at the rim watching the lava show here, watching lava show fountains here. Yes, it's beautiful, but also it's dangerous. The USGS Hawaii Volcano Observatory is only allowing people within feet or even yards of the volcano rim. They're not endangering anybody's lives. Okay? But Kilauea volcano is erupting. Okay? Unfortunately, they're not showing the adequate picture of the volcano today. But look at all the earthquakes around Kilauea. What are all these earthquakes? Magma headed for the volcano. This is a 2.0 earthquake. This is a 1.4 tremor. This is a 1.5 tremor. This is a 1.3. This is a 1.5. 1.0 tremor here. 1.4 tremor here. 1.3, 1.5 tremor here. This earthquake here is a 1.6. 1.5. 1.4. This is 1.4. This is a 1.5 tremor. Right next to it, this is 1.4. On the southeast rim of Kilauea, Holly Mau crater. This is a 0.8. Over here in the caldera of the volcano, this is a 1.6 tremor. And over here on the north side of the volcano, this is a 1.4 tremor. Again, magma is being supplied from the Pahala transfer zone. Pahala is a transfer zone for all the magma to the island, to the volcanoes. But it's not just there. It's not just there. Down here, my math's frozen again. Dadgummit. This is 1.6. South of Kilauea, south and east of Kilauea, we have Pu'u'o down here. We have Pu'u'o down here. Pu'u'o is not erupting at this time, I don't believe. I haven't heard anything out of the experts about Pu'u'o. But the last time Pu'u'o and Kilauea had lava inside the crater, it drained out. The summer of 2019, the lava drained out of the volcanoes. For several days, the scientists wondered where it went. But after that, they got a bird's eye of what was going on. Down here in Fern Forest, we have a 2.0 earthquake here. This is 1.7 tremor here. This is 1.8. Down here in Fern Forest and northeast of here over into Leilani Estates, big, huge fissures of lava opened up. 24 total fissures opened up. As a result, you see these volcanic plumes here. SO2 and CO2 emissions here. Sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide was emitted from the fissure here, from the lava. At one point in time, these lava fields were warm. They're not warm anymore. They're cold. This over here, we still have earthquakes here. 1.8 here in Fern Forest and 2.2 here in Fern Forest. But we have had earthquakes over here in Leilani Estates. They don't show them right now, but we have had. There are still lava channels over here in Leilani Estates. When lava gets out of hand, it starts over here, we start having earthquakes here in Leilani Estates. It can happen again. The lava volcanoes that are still here are silent. The volcanoes that are here are all silent now. The fissures closed down. Some of the fissures closed down as craters or cones. The Hawaiian people named the craters and cones volcanic names. They're volcanoes now. Okay, that's what's happening here in Hawaii. Still moving. Lava is still on the move in Hawaii. I want to show you that. Okay, it's important to understand. Does anybody have any questions about anything we told you so far? Any questions about anything we told you so far? I told you I was going to try to give you a brief of California, which I did. I showed you a little bit of earthquakes around the world, but not all of them. There are still some 5.0, 5.3, 5.5, and 5.6 earthquakes in China, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and other parts of the world. They're still there. They're still ongoing. Okay? We're going to provide more detailed description of those tomorrow. Okay? We're already at over 2 hours now. I don't like going over 2 hours at all. We had a lot of information to give you. Any questions about anything? Any questions about anything, guys? Anything at all? Demon Catman says they're birthing toxic clouds. Just right. What's going on at Kilauea is toxic clouds. SO2 and CO2 emissions are happening because it's an active volcano. That's what we get when we have active volcanoes, guys. That's exactly what happens. Okay. At the end of our broadcast here, I try to leave you with a word of positivity. I'm going to leave you with a word of positivity right now. Again, I'm going over to the New Testament, to Philemon, one chapter of Philemon, verses 6 and 7. That the communication of thy faith may become effectual. Our faith may become effectual. Making sure we use our faith. Faith in our Savior. By acknowledging of every good thing which is in you in Jesus Christ. Every good thing, it's in each one of us. Each one of us. For we have great joy and consolation in thy love, because the bowels of the saints are refreshed by thee, brother. Philemon. Paul talking to Philemon here. Make sure we are feeling joy. Joy in our Savior Jesus Christ. Now, I want to give some thank yous to some people here. To one of our buddies, David, 6 Hour. He gave us a good sized donation to our PayPal. We appreciate that very much. We're going to be able to get our car fixed now. We're going to get our car fixed now. We had a couple other donations through PayPal as well, but right now I didn't write it down. I'm sorry about that. But I'll tell you tomorrow who those people are. I want to give thanks to all the people who donated to our PayPal that allows us to get our car fixed. It also help keep this channel on the air. The cost of keeping this channel on the air just rose up this month. It went up $5 from $253 a month for bandwidth to $258. $258 a month to keep bandwidth on this channel so we can broadcast. Yeah, that's what it takes. I appreciate all of you who do that for us. I really do. We had a donation here on Super Chat. I want to thank Heidi Petrick for that. We're not going to see any donations from our bandwidth here until after the 21st of this month. YouTube does not pay us except on the 21st of the month, after the 21st, sometimes as long as the 25th or 26th of the month. We're only going to get just over $100 because we've had very few donations to our Super Chat or even our memberships here. We appreciate each and every one of you who are members of our channel here. We appreciate all of your Super Chats as well. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for being members of our program here on YouTube. This week, I know I've been busy in the past, but this week I'm going to try to have a members-only meeting by Thursday or Friday this week. Members-only meeting. Guys, I would ask each of you to think inside your hearts. If you can afford even as little as $1.99 a month to become a member of our channel. That way, when we do have members-only meetings, I will make sure you are part of those meetings. I love and appreciate each one of you. I really do. To those people who are sick and afflicted, one of our own members, Sleeping Volcano, also goes by her name, Sharon. Sharon went to surgery today. She got out of surgery, and she says it was successful. She says the samples went to pathology, and they will find out what's going on after that. Sharon, we're glad you're here. We're very glad you're here. We love you, Sharon. We love you, Heather. We love you, Demon Catman. We love you, Don. Don and I have been very good friends for a very long time. He's an injured veteran. He has health problems. He's older like me. Actually, he says he's older than I am. Isn't that something? Guys, please, please pray for our EMA family. Whether you join this program or not, you're also part of our EMA family, and we love you and we want you to be here. Guys, you see our PayPal address is scrolling across the bottom of your screen here. Send us donations to there. You can also send us a donation to our post office box, 504 Bethel Road, box 401. Morganton, North Carolina. The zip code here is 28655. You can also send us comments and questions to our email. Our email address is rltnspdema@gmail.com. Thank you for that as well. May God bless you. May God be with you this day and always. We love and appreciate you guys. Thank you, Demon Catman, for loving my wife and I. My wife supports me being here. I know I couldn't do this without her. I really couldn't. She's my strength. She really is. God bless all of you guys. You guys are superior. You guys are awesome. I want to thank all of our mod squad here as well, our moderators. Our moderators keep us here on the path that we need to be on to keep this channel active. Thank you all, guys. We appreciate you very much. God bless you. May God be with you this day and always. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you until we meet again. We'll see you on the other side. Good night, everybody. Much love. See you soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Here at Emergency Management Associates, we're dedicated and true, bringing you the essential knowledge, helping you see things for your sub. You're a key part of our growing family, a member of our knowledge club. With every like, every share, and every comment you send our way, our critical message spreads further, helping more people every single day. Together we're stronger and more prepared. That's the truth we all abide. You help us build resilience with nowhere for uncertainty to hide. Your engagement truly inspires us. Your feedback acts as a guiding light, helping us continually grow and making our channel's future bright.